Just listen to your response here. Have you ever thought about a career in politics? Because that was brilliant. You didn't actually answer the question. There we go. Got all the lights on, and I've had a haircut.
Oh, how was it?
Oh, so good. Right, we are here for the matchday preview for the game against Manchester United at Old Trafford on Monday night. Did we find out what time the kickoff was? We've done that much research.
It's at 8 o'clock. It is at 8 o'clock.
It is an 8 p.m. kickoff. We have now officially confirmed that. Right, just quickly, a look back over the game against Everton. Overall, are we happy with a point?
Yeah, looking back on it, it was a fair point. We were the better team. We should have gotten 3 points out of it, but like we said, straight after the game, I would have taken a point if offered to me.
We could have really put it to bed in the first half, but the second half we didn't really get going, and the introduction of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg didn't really add anything really. So
no, I saw another thing to saying Man City are now interested in him.
I saw that too.
I mean, great, because it just means someone's going to take him off our hands this summer, but I'm so blown away by the teams that are coming in for him. He didn't even make it in the team the past few games, and then, injuries, I guess, but he comes on the pitch today and you're like, well, we were better with Mayo on the pitch. Right,
we're going to be joined by ReDevilStudio. This is the first time we're actually going to be bringing in an opposition for our opposition preview. It's not just going to be punts and predictions on this show. This is going to be two-sided.
I mean, I don't like that. This is a biased channel. I don't want to hear any of this Man United propaganda. We're showing the Southern hospitality.
Absolutely. We'll talk about the form of the two clubs. Man United are unbeaten since their return, since the restart, but they haven't really played anyone that particularly tough. I mean, no disrespect to Tottenham, but they've also played Norwich, Brighton, Bournemouth, and they played Aston Villa last night. We're recording this on Friday the 10th of July. But they've looked pretty good, haven't they?
Yeah, United to me are one of the more scary prospects for those top spots. They've been flying since they've come back. Fernandes has changed the team. Greenwood is unreal. He's a little Van Persie. I think Pogba's now got someone challenging him for a play. Someone's on his level that's pushing him to do more. So even when he's getting on the pitch, he's looking better.
Yeah,
they're a scary team. And considering the goal that we conceded against Everton, a goal that you couldn't help, and I think United scoring a lot of goals that you can't help right now because they're on fire. They're
scoring a lot of individual goals as well, aren't they? So they've got some unbelievable strike forces front of Marcus Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. Yeah.
They've got so much, it's scary right now.
And they're looking strong for that Champions League spot at the moment, aren't they? So they're going to be really pushing hard for that.
I might amend my top four. I do think Wolves are not going to get it now. I do think it'll probably more be likely be Chelsea and Man United.
So you're still looking at Leicester might drop away?
I think Leicester are dropping away. I don't think that's much to worry about.
I also had a message from FSC Delivery. Matt sent me a message. If you don't know, the FSC Delivery podcast is brilliant. Go check it out. I'll put a link in the description below, and also a funky little logo of theirs behind. Here's prediction of the game. He's talking about Man United here. Their attack is absolutely ridiculous right now. I'm worried about Saint's ability to stop Fernandes. Yep, as are we. I'm also terrified of the pace of their front three. All that said, I'd love to see us press like we did against City and force them to beat us. Yeah, we put on that excellent display against Manchester City. I thought we were visibly tired against Everton. Who knows if we can do another game like that, but I don't think Man United are the sort of team to keep as much possession as Manchester City are, but again, we shall see. So again, go and check out SFC Delivery. Put a link in the description below. Right, so I have ReDevilStudio in the room now, so I'm just going to try and bring him online. Hey! I'm good, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm very fine. I'm a Manchester United fan. I am very, very, very fine. Thanks for having me on.
No worries at all. So we have Old Man G from ReDevilStudio joining us here on the Matchday preview. Old Man G, you must be feeling a lot different to when we discussed the preview, because originally we actually caught up with ReDevilStudio back in August of 2019, wasn't that right?
Yes, it was, yeah.
And it was a completely different sort of conversation as I'm imagining we're going to have now, because you guys are flying.
Indeed. I mean, I remember that time. I think we were just starting out, and if I remember, I think it was 1-1. It was a draw, I think, in the end. I remember the goal that Daniel James scored, and then I remember, obviously, it equalised, and that was basically the epitome of the next couple of games. So we would either concede a sloppy goal nick a draw, potentially lose, as we lost to, I think, Crystal Palace, we lost to West Ham, drop points against Bournemouth, and it just wasn't going well for us. And then fast forward to now, with the signing of Bruno Fernandes, has made a very good impact. With Pogba coming back into the squad, feeling settled, doesn't have the same pressure on him, and even more so the arrival, emergence of Mason Greenwood, a lot of good talent and looks like a really, really good player. United are in a really good place.
Yeah. I mean, we were just actually chatting before you came on the line and just talking about the likes of Pogba, Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford, Martial. Everyone just seems to be suddenly coming onto form here. I think I'm sounding like I'm on the Man United side from where I'm just talking there. But I don't think anyone in the league can really ignore how much there's been a transformation in the Manchester United side. What's happened? Why is it suddenly so different? Is it suddenly a change of formation? Has there been a change of tactics from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
I think it's a few things. I mean, I said even before I started this channel properly, in June last year, and I actually said that we would be fifth actually, and I said that because going into the season, we weren't really coming in with a creative number 10 type of player. Whether that's the traditional number 10 or a cam, we didn't, and we were linked with Bruno Fernandes. We didn't get him, and I said in the couple of videos when I started that we're just going to struggle to create anything, and that's what happened. Lingard, Pereira, Mata can, but he doesn't have the pace anymore. We struggled. We struggled to create, and that's been our problem. Struggling to create goals. So when Bruno Fernandes came in in January, suddenly we've got a player that can not only create, for the players, for Greenwood, for Rashford, for Martial, but we also have a player who can score goals as well and can contribute quite significantly. So that was a major signing as well. The fact that, frankly, when we played a lot of these teams, a lot of our players were out injured, to be fair. Martial was injured for 2 months. Rashford was also injured for some time. And Pogba obviously was injured for quite some time. So this is kind of the first period where effectively all the starting 11 are together, strong and fit and are ready to go. So I think that helps. And I think lastly, and I'll give it honorable mention because it doesn't get a lot of credit. I think Nemanja Matic actually coming to really good form because Matic's performances have actually given balance to our midfield. So unlike yourselves, when we played, I think we played a midfield of, it probably would have been McTominay, Fred, and Pereira or something like that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Matic, Pogba, and Bruno, so there's much more of a balance and stability in that midfield. So we're not just waiting for you to come up onto us and counter-attacking. We're actually we've got a proper build-up play. Matic can drop back. Pogba can also drop back and come forward and link up, and Bruno can do his thing. So, yeah, it's been good. It's been good, and we're seeing United going into a better and more consistent direction now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, me and Jack did a prediction for the top 4 video, and I think you had Man United in top 4, didn't you? You had Man United Wolves.
Yeah, I think United will finish at least 4th. I think purely because now they know that first starting 11. The others don't have that. They just don't have it. No,
and I had Man United and Chelsea getting into those top 4 slots. But reason being is you're scoring loads of goals. There was a game recently against Bournemouth. You scored 5 goals, and I don't think you've done that for a long time. So I can see why you're smiling so much more now than when we talked back in August. So leading perfectly onto the discussion of score predictions, as you know, always in the Punt and Predictions preview show, we put out a score prediction. So now's your chance for you guys to put in your score prediction in the comment section below to let us know what you think the score is going to be. I think it's only polite to let our guest go first. What do you think the score is going to be? And by the way, you are totally allowed to go for a Man United win. Jack has this thing where he doesn't allow me to go for anything close to a draw. So, but you are more than welcome to predict a Man United win. But let us know what you think.
I mean, to be honest, I think Manchester United would be. I think they'd be naive in taking. I mean, we'd be naive in underestimating Southampton. I do think we have a relatively good track record of Southampton at home, although obviously we don't have the home crowd, but there's other advantages. But given obviously your recent results, the fact that you've done actually very well away from home. I think Southampton one of the teams that have, I don't think maybe 1 or 2 losses away from home, nothing particularly. It's been your home form that's been worse than your away form?
Not worst, horrendous. Our home form has been horrendous. I think are we still bottom of the league, or is it Norwich now that's bottom of the league?
We're dead last for.
We're still dead last. We'll check that, but we're pretty sure we're dead last for home form. But yeah, away it's not great. Sorry, carry on.
When you look at so whether this lockdown has benefited Southampton, because when you look at the last couple of games, obviously the win against Manchester City, you got to draw against Everton. There was a win there, wasn't there? I think you didn't lose those two back to.
We came back, we beat Norwich 3-0. Then we lost it was a rather lacklustre 2-0 defeat at Arsenal at home. But we were at home, so it was obvious we were going to lose. And then we had that 3-0 away win at Watford. And then, of course, the Man City result. And last night against Everton was a 1-1. And was scoring goals as well.
Exactly. So I think Southampton are, I would not, compared to like a Bournemouth or Norwich, I think Southampton going into this game confident with a good run of form. I am concerned about Danny Ings, so I think he's thinking, I want to get the golden boot. Probably, right. So I don't think this is going to be like a 3 or 4-0 drubbing or something like that from United. I think United are going to have to work. So my conservative would actually be a 2-1 to Manchester United. We'll be able to keep Ings out because our defense can be a little bit suspect.
Yeah,
but I think even though I think Southampton are going to defend well and deep, one of the things that we've seen from United, especially like Greenwood and Pogba, and Bruno, is that we can score a lot of goals from outside of the box. Oops, sorry about that. Sorry.
That sounded like Skype. Was that Skype?
Yeah, that's Skype. God. But yeah, we've shown them that we can actually score quite a lot of goals from outside of the box, which we didn't really do as much beforehand. So I still think we'll win, but it's going to be tougher than I think people will give Southampton credit for.
Okay. So 2-1 from our man G. Jack, what are you thinking? It is your turn to go before me this time as well. So Mystic Jack
is going to go for it again with another 1-0.
Okay.
The last 3 times we've beaten United have all been away from home. They've all been at Old Trafford, and they've all been 1-0.
Right.
So given the current form of away games and like how we're playing away from home, I think that's how we'll do it again. It'll be another similar City performance where we're going to have to work real hard to not concede. We're going to have to work probably the hardest work of the season given United's current form.
Yeah.
But if I at the other end, Danny Ings versus Lindelof, Maguire, and De Gea, I prefer Ings. I think I favour Ings every day. So
yeah,
I think another 1-0.
So you're going 1-0. Oh man, that really puts on me now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
See, I can see both teams scoring. Because our defence was pretty emphatic on that game against City, but there are still areas where perhaps we're going to be found wanting, especially the likes of Mason Greenwood and the likes of Martial and Marcus Rashford. So, and if Paul Pogba has a good game, then he's going to be putting the ball straight to the box, and Bruno Fernandes as well. So yeah,
and Greenwood and Martial and Rashford and.
You have you have so many good players on form at the moment. It's quite terrifying. So anyway, getting straight to my score prediction, I'm gonna go with. I'm looking at Jack because I want to say a draw. Can I say a draw? Is that going to be allowed?
I won't allow a draw, but I will allow a 2-1.
Really? For the sake of Jack, I'm going to say 2-1 to Saints then. But behind here, I'll put up exactly what I think the score is going to be. I think it's going to be 2-2, by the way, everyone. I think it's going to be 2-2.
If I watch this video and there's a draw on the screen, let it go.
So there we go. But as always, please put in your comments below as to what you think the score is going to be on Monday night. I have one final question for you, old man G. Was that a penalty last night?
Was that a penalty last night? Oh man. As a good friend of mine said, it was a Chelsea fan, so he said, if VAR says it's a pen, it's a pen, so that's what he was saying. In my personal opinion, it was soft. It was soft. I don't think that, the only thing I would say is that, if there was the referee actually gave the penalty before the VAR intervention. So if there was no VAR, it would have still been given as a penalty. So I don't think you can blame VAR in that sense, because it's the question of VAR would be to overturn the referee decision. And I think the thing with VAR is that they didn't view that decision as erroneous enough to overturn the on-field referee's decision. So from that point of view, I can understand why it was given, because I don't think it was erroneous enough to overturn what the referee decided. And to be fair, like, it was in the 25th minute. There was still plenty of time for Villa to come out and score or do bits and pieces. So
it's true. This is Villa you're talking about, though. So they've struggled to score. But yeah, just listen to your response here. Have you ever thought about a career in politics? Because that was brilliant. You didn't actually answer the question. You just sort of went woo. So if you were on the pitch and you didn't have your Man United show on, would you say that was would you have said it?
Usually on my channel, I'm a lot more like blatant and biased, but for some reason, like on other people's channels, I try and be a bit more diplomatic and conservative. I don't want to sort of come on as either a fanboy or for or against. I try and be reasonable and look from different sides, So when I give my preview, I probably were going to go, oh yeah, United 4-0, Southampton, so easy, no problem. But here, I'm like, 2-1, I think is safe. I think that's all right.
You're in the right place. Me and Jack will happily admit that we are ridiculously biased on this channel. And why wouldn't you be on a fan channel of your club? So, I think we're all allowed to have a little bit of leniency when we're talking about our own clubs. But, okay, that sounds great. Well, Old Man G, thank you so much for joining us. Much appreciated. Any final thoughts from you, Jack, before we close out the episode?
I just think it's going to be a tough game, but this is probably the one I'm quite excited for, because I low-key, I quite like watching Man United, and I really love watching Southampton, so it's going to be a fun game. Either way, I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. And just to be clear again, this is a Southampton fan channel.
Yeah.
We're waxing lyrical about Man United. But,
listen, right now, I've got too many Man United friends, who I talk to not take interest in it. And I love to see a rise and a fall. I love the Tiger Woods story,
Yeah.
United are kind of like Tiger Woods. They're up there for so long. Now they're down with us. They're getting better.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys, all of you, for joining us for this Matchday preview. As mentioned previously before, please stick in your score predictions in the comment section below. And we will see you all for we'll be doing another live stream. You doing another live stream? Yeah.
Stop me. Try and stop me.
Get me on your post-match reaction. I will happily come on.
Oh really? Oh, check that out. That'd be quite something. Well, Jack, Old Man G, thank you for joining us. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you in the next one. All right. See ya.